Wait, what? Because I remember everything, and I think, haven't we done everything? Oh, look at that face.
There's one thing we haven't done yet. So my daughter, Emmy, my second oldest daughter, Emmy, she comes across a script that I have. And she reads through it. She reads through it and says, Dad, this is the funniest thing I've ever read. She goes, I know you said you're not really making movies anymore. I know you've talked about this project, and I've always said that that's the movie I would make when all my kids are grown up and they can be on the set and we can make it together. And then, so I'm still, my youngest is a freshman in high school, so we still got 4 years. But she says to me, Dad, you need to release this as a book as is. I said, like, adapt it for a novel? She goes, no. Put the script out as the book. I've never read something this funny.
You had an idea to do something like that with another, with Unleaded back
Probably.
in the
Oh,
late
yeah.
Because we were eating Chinese food in the mall. Good go on.
Yes. And so I call Ken. I go, Ken, you're the big writer. I don't want to come across like I'm, lurching off of you and your success as one of the most successful writers in your area. I said, but I'm going to release this. So let me know if you want credit on it. Right. I said, but if you don't, that's even better, because then I get to get all the glory. Right. I said, but there's 4 people. It's me, it's you, it's Evan, and Freddie. My friend Freddie helped, I think, at a final structural thing, right? So I was like, it's 4 of us. I said, so no matter what, whatever it makes, it's just going to be quarters. We're going to just split this thing down the middle, right? Or middle in that. 4 quarters. And he reads it, and he's like, dude, he goes, I actually never read this version. He goes, I don't think it has enough of what I originally wrote with you to try to take credit with it, but so go ahead, take it. He's like, send me a check. That's fine. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's going to be me, you, and Freddie. I'm going to release this book, and I'm going to release the book. Really, this comes back to how me and you talk about doing things, to have my daughter kind of have this thing instilled in her too, which was like, no, just release this. Like, mistakes and all, like, it's a thing. It's this script. It's this idea. So put it in a book, photocopy, scan and that should be, you should be reading the book is reading the script. And I know you understand this. That unlock, when you know that the idea to do it a particular way is the win.
Yep.
That's the high. That's just like, you just feel like you're time traveling. You're doing something weird in the universe that's not, it's a wormhole. It's like, knowing that I'm never going to run that by anybody. I'm never going to get approval for that. Yep. I'm just going to do that, And I think back to our punk rock roots, the thing that people, I don't think will really understand, except people that came from our scene, is we believe that to get in a room in Wichita and 10 kids show up to watch you play is a win.
Yep.
We think that's a win.
Well, you've often talked about that, and you talk about that in the book. You talk about, like, you'll do these live videos, and you're like, hey, sometimes there's 3 people on there, sometimes there's 300. Yeah. It doesn't, the point is not the numbers. The point is the doing of it, but then you would say, I worked with so many bands that ended up getting really big, but I'm saying they'd be playing shows to, like you're saying, 10 people. And the thing is, like, that mindset, more than anything else, I think, aside from inspiring you to keep going and doing more things like that, that's a healthy mindset. Like,
I met you. Look, okay, I meet you what year? That's I'll be blurry here, but you won't be. When do I meet you?
You and I met in 97.
97. So I'm going.
I
Okay.
read about you in Film Threat in 95.
Wow.
Yeah.
Film Threat or Film Threat?
Film Threat, images all over where you, Ken, and Dan Snow. I thought it was a prerequisite to join your company. You had to have a goatee. Everyone had that 90s goatee.
So that's 97. Me and you meet. Man, I would love to see
No one other than you ever wore a windbreaker with a goatee as well as you wore it.
windbreaker with a goatee. I think I'd made like a company.
You had a God money. You had a
God
God
money windbreaker. Okay.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't know how those aren't still the hottest things around. Windbreakers are awesome. I mean,
Dude, they're amazing. I love
I'm
a
not
good
a style
windbreaker.
guy, but I'm not the guy to go to for fashion. But I think the windbreaker never went out of style. Right.
Well, I'll say this: between the two of us, I would go to you for fashion before you're.
Well, I mean, and we're the same white guy.
No, you said it. You're the Uber version of me.
I am. I'm like you, literally on steroids.
Yeah.
Like yeah. Like, if that's 97, when do you record Svelby for In Ice? What year?
We did that 1993.
See, so this is amazing. So it's 1993, or it's 1993, maybe 4. I'm in San Diego visiting Dan Snow, where he's going to college.
Anarchy Post.
And he's got this party going on. And he says, you got to hear this song. Right? And so he plays, was it SFLB or Spell? What would you guys call him again?
Yeah, SFLB. But yeah, but I mean, you're saying it right. Spelby.
Yeah.
Like it's
Spelby. Yeah. He's like, you got to hear this song, Spelby. And I think he had it on like a 4. I don't know, what was it? What, a 45?
It was the. Hold on, one sec. Hold on. Sorry. Now I got to go.
You have it readily available.
I have it readily available. Come on, it's not every day. It's not every. He had the 7.
Oh well. What was that? Is the album called L'Chaim?
Yes. Someone placed an order at Rev when I worked at Rev, and it said we want 7 copies of that Ice record, and then it said in parentheses French title, because no one knew what the word was.
So I'm in San Diego visiting Dan Snow. I don't drink, I don't party. I'm straight edge. I don't think I know what straight edge is yet. So I'm just watching everyone drinking to the point of being blackout drunk, and still trying to carve out my own life and path. And he plays that for me, and then I go in and I hear the song about a mullet. I don't think people realize that in 94, we still hadn't even defined the term of a mullet yet. Like, it still wasn't the thing we know now.
Right.
This was still early, like from an archaeological sense, the dig was it was early. It was just happening. We didn't know we were having to deal with this haircut. Right.
We didn't know we weren't supposed to be doing it.
Right. And so short front, long back, mullet, soccer cut, rat tail. And there's a lot of things. And turns out me and you traveled around the country and knew people. Every different area had a different name for this, right? So the agreed upon mullet hadn't happened yet. Okay. So we started calling it a Svelby because of you. But I remember going inside and looking at that vinyl. And that was another unlock for me, because it was the beginning. Yeah. And by the way, and that's you at like 400 pounds or something. like that is like, but hold on, but keep that up, because this changes my life in the sense that who did this?
Who put this out?
How dare you? In my mind, how dare you? Who do you think you are? To make a song about a mullet, go into a studio, record it, actually press it onto wax in vinyl, and think somebody is going to buy it. These are the things that I'm seeing as a 21, 22-year-old. And it's shaping me because I haven't really understood. I was looking at John Cassavetes. I was looking at underground film. People forget Todd Phillips, where he came from and what the underground New York Film Festival world was. And
G.G. Allen movie. Like, that's like,
Allen
it's
movie,
crazy.
yeah. Right. And so,
Frat House.
and so I'm looking at the G.G. Allen movie. I'm looking at you putting out a record. And I'm thinking, this feels more like my generation. You know, like there's no Underground Eagles album that came out 4 years before the Eagles. You know what I mean? Like there's no like that world, but this world, I'm realizing like these are my people. Like these are people who are just making things and doing things. So it's crazy to think that it takes 3-4 years before I'm even going to meet you, that I'm listening to your music.
The scenes, like, and that's the weird thing about punk is it's just our scenes, because we didn't even meet through the scene. We met through Zoli and Gary Daniels,
right,
and filmmaking, because remember I stalked you. I knew you were going to be I read the film for that thing. I knew you were going to be at Gary's, and Zoli was going over to Gary's to nothing film related. They were going to like build something in his house, but then that you were there, and then you
and I think it was like a training dojo area they were building.
Right.
And by the way, Film Threat for me was like, oh my goodness. Like for me to be interviewed by Film Threat magazine was like, I mean, I couldn't believe it.